Yo, what is up, everyone? We talked about how layering in lakehouse architectures have become automatic, ceremonial. Well, today I want to look into materialized views. It gives you another option in Fabric, but instead of just showing you how to create one, I want to focus on what people often misunderstand about them, because they're not just views that run faster. So enough of all this talking. You know what I like to do? Let's do what? Let's head over to my laptop. The important thing to understand about materialized views is that it's not a virtual view. And when you define a materialized view, Fabric actually persists that data as a delta table. And so if we go here, these are my curated tables. You can see, like this one, this is my dim products, right? If we go to the lakehouse and we go here and we go to view files, you'll actually see, right, that it materializes this into a Parquet file. And this is just a view, but it does that for us. You declare the statement pretty much. So you define it with the select statement, but the result is stored and maintained by Fabric. That means the platform manages the refreshes and the dependencies automatically, which immediately reduces a lot of orchestration work for you. Let's take a closer look at this syntax. And so it usually starts with create materialized view. If it not exists, you can do create or replace. And then there's a select statement, the basic one, right? We'll come back to these constraints in a little bit. But the basic one is create the materialized view and you give it a select statement. It defines the transformations and the result becomes a managed materialized table. So whatever my select statement is, this will actually become the table. So you can see have product ID, category, subcategory, and standard cost. If I expand products, you can see product ID, category ID, and subcategory ID. And you can see I'm doing some casting of those columns to make them specific data types that I want. But what you can also do is you can also define quality in those constraints. And I want to get down to my fact dimension. Yeah, this one right here. And you can see like I have quantity is greater than 0. This tells Fabric if a row violates the rule, it should be removed when the view refreshes. So right now I'm saying on mismatch drop, but I'm pretty sure you can use fail. And if you don't specify an action, fail is the default. This means that if you specify fail, the refresh stops when the constraint is violated. This is important because it changes where quality enforcement lives. Traditionally, we enforce these rules inside of notebooks, some transformation script, or somewhere else, right? Which means the logic is hidden inside the code. But when constraints are defined directly in the materialized views, they don't become part of the model definition itself. They're explicit, they're visible, and they're enforced by the platform. And so let's take a look at the lineage view. So we'll go back to the lakehouse. And you saw this in the other video, but I just really like how this looks. And so if you take a look at the lineage view, you can see that we're defining this curated layer using materialized views. And then you'll see the landing is feeding that curated and the curated is feeding the analytics. The transformations are defined and materialized where they actually matter. Okay, now to be clear, materialized views are not a replacement for notebooks. If you have procedural logic, complex reshaping, or heavy transformation, notebooks are still the right tool. But for declarative transformations, star schemas, and enforcing quality rules at the boundary, materialized lake views are extremely effective. Materialized lake views don't remove architecture. They remove what I think is accidental architecture. They give you another way to define boundaries without multiplying physical layers. I know everybody's gonna. So instead of asking, where should my bronze, silver, and gold tables go? A better question is, where does this boundary actually belong? All right, what do you think? Yeah, questions, comments? You know what to do. Post them in the comments below. If you want to learn more about Fabric, Power BI, Purview, architectural design, Copilot, AI, probably a video flying above my head. And as always, with Martha, Adam, this guy. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next video.